them Cowboys!
So much to be thankful for, man. Finally, right? The Cowboys are 28. They won 28-20 against the New York Giants. Man, Harvey, the last time 2017 was the last Thanksgiving game we won. Crazy to think that's an actual thing. And Dak, he's 10 and now he's officially 10-2 against the New York Giants. Right now, the Cowboys, they hold the second place in the NFC East, man.
Yellowstone, Whiskey Myers, and lifted trucks with mud on the tires, and I'm back.
Hey, man, we back, baby. We back again. That's back-to-back wins.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm still checking Twitter. Stephen A. Smith hasn't said anything yet, like he did last time, but it's all good, man. Hey, we know Cowboy fans, hey, we did it, man. Hey, it's just the beginning. I know it was an ugly win, but a win's a win.
A win's a win.
Right? I'm just ready to see Stephen A. Smith tomorrow on First Take, see what he says. But hey, let's get on, man. Let's get to business, Jerry.
Yes, sir. And if it gets good, we'll definitely go live on that one too. That's why you got to be posted on all our social media outlets, man. Hey, but let's dig into this win. Like you said, it wasn't pretty. In fact, it looked a little stale in the beginning, but come second quarter, looked like Mike McCarthy kind of gave Kellen Moore the back of the head slap and said, "Hey, come on, keep it simple, stupid." Right? So, KISS for those that don't know, man. But overall, the recipe looked good. At the very end, the stats: Dak was 21 of 30, 261 yards, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions. Zeke had 16 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Tony Pollard had 18 carries for 60 yards. And then of course, there's so much to like about this offense, obviously, right? But I mean, with every win, there's some things that gives us concerns and some things that we love. So let's talk about those things that concern us and those things that we love, man.
I think the biggest thing is let's just be happy we got a win, right?
I'm happy.
It's been a while.
Yes.
And Thanksgiving, and a win's a win, man. At this point, I'll take whatever they can give me. But obviously, there's a lot of things we got to clean up. But I'm just happy we won. That's just a major relief, man, that we won. But it was scary, man, for them having that many people out and both of their corners out. We need to play a lot better, man. But I'll tell you this, Jerry. If we would have played the way we played in the second half, this would be a blowout.
I would have to agree with you on that one.
It'd be a blowout. But we have to stop playing at our opponent's level. We have to stop doing that.
Fidel Barraza, just celebrate the win. Cheers.
You're right, man. You're right.
Yeah, I know. But still, I mean, we got 10 days to recuperate, rest, get everybody back healthy, But let's talk about some of those things. Let's talk about some of the takeaways. What's one thing that you didn't like about one thing that we should address during these next 10 days, Harvey?
We always talk about the players and Dak, but you know what? Is Kellen Moore holding us back?
Ooh.
Is that the problem?
That's a great question.
Because we played very well the last game, and this game, he made some calls that I'm like, why are you running a reverse?
True.
And then in the beginning of the game, he ran a pass on 3rd and 2. They knew they were going for it, and he ran the ball and 2 yards out on 4th down. I'm confused. That was flip-flop. He should have done it the other way around. But now I'm starting to think, with a talented group like that we have, is it really the players or is it the coordinator that's holding us back? It's making me think, man.
I will tell you this. I mean, it goes kind of hand in hand with what I say I didn't like, right? But just to kind of piggyback of what you said, I mean, it looked like in the second half, obviously Mike McCarthy, like I said, got together with Kellen and tried, I guess, got the ship back on the right direction, right? Because it kind of looked like, we were getting a little pass happy in the beginning. If you notice, it was trending. I think knowing that the Giants were without their 2 top corners, I think Kellen kind of got a little pass happy, but we already know, man, we got to have that balance. If we don't have that balance, and then we're over here throwing for 46 attempts, I mean, it's never a good compliment, or it's not a good balance, so to say. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think in the second half we really saw him kind of hone down and focus on getting the ball to Tony Pollard. Of course, getting the ball to Zeke Elliott. Zeke still has, still has it in him, still has that juice in him. And one of the things is we saw CD get the ball early, man. So I think the one thing that I think the Cowboys should really focus on, or no, not think, I know this is what the Cowboys should focus on is the actual penalties, man.
Yep.
If we want to get deep into the playoffs and if we want to get to the Super Bowl, we need to have the least amount of penalties. And I think it's almost simple because even the casual fan could tell you. I mean, if you leave Tyler Smith out there at left tackle to against a speedy, talented edge rusher like Kevin Thibodeau, who's a rookie still, his stats don't show the pressure that he was putting on Dak. He was in Dak's. I mean, he was in Dak's chin all night, so
Yep.
it's never good. But obviously, the remedy to that would be just get the offensive the just get the running game going. I think
Yep.
you won't have Tyler doing any unnecessary holding. You start getting everybody into their lanes, and exploit what you see in the defense is see what gaps and lanes the defense gets you and try to open up those lanes for Tony Pollard. Obviously, you have the 1-2 punch with Tony Pollard and Zeke. A ton of teams would love to have this. And I'm pretty sure if they did, they'd be using the majority of it. So
Yep.
definitely, those are definitely two of the main concerns I believe that the Cowboys should address in these next 10 days. Ooh, man. How long was it? 2017? That's a crazy stat, man.
2017 is the last time they won.
That's a crazy stat.
It is, man. And then I think you said you had a gym earlier before we got on. Was
Oh, I saw
it's
it by
been
RJ Ochoa. Yeah, man. He put it out there. He tweeted it. He's like, the last time the Cowboys won during Thanksgiving against the Giants, they went to the Super Bowl that year. So those are like little gems that like sometimes we never stop to appreciate those little gems, but it's kind of crazy when you can actually put those P and those Q's together. But we're gonna bring the real what we saw, and that's what it is. Couple things that we loved. How about that? Because we gotta give feedback where feedback is
I don't want to say is Zeke back or has he always been there? I don't know,
Zeke.
but he looked very good, man, with that rest that he had, and I don't know. I think he looked really good. So I don't know. That might have helped us out, and I think it was a good move holding him, against the Vikings. And he looked really good, man. This could be very dangerous as 1-2 punch. Obviously, the G men did a good job on trying to stop the run, but they just couldn't hold up, man, for long enough. So, but I think Zeke's back, man. I think that rest helped him out. I think he saw Pollard what he did and probably motivated him, put a chip on his shoulder, and he came out and he had a great game, Jerry. Great game.
How about this? I don't want to one up you, but I feel you, man, because I saw Zeke and you could see the extra punch and he was able to get to second levels and stuff. But how about Michael Gallup? Is he back?
Ooh,
Man, he
I
looks really nice,
I
man.
would I would have to say 100% yes, man. Those are some tough catches, regardless if he was hurt or not.
With his hands, man. He was hand catching.
Yeah, like it was, man. That's the old Gallup we remember, just snatching the ball out of the air. He was pretty much like a man child, man,
Yeah, he
out
was.
there.
He looked
But hey, man, and then CD coming out. I mean, everybody looked pretty damn good, man. And that's because Dak wasn't putting it right on them. So I mean, if they start developing some rhythm, man, this might be very dangerous down the road.
I will say this though, even though Kellen Moore got a little pass happy at the beginning, I like how he was trying to get CD the ball early.
Yep.
You saw towards the back end, I mean, CD almost caught an amazing touchdown in the back of the end zone. I mean, dang, if he would have led with, I think if how did they explain it? If he would have led with the toe instead of the heel, it would have been a touchdown. I don't know. It was confusing. It was confusing, but it was a heck of a catch. It was a heck of an effort, and I mean, it just shows you that CD Lamb looks like he's making that corner. He's starting to turn that corner and become that wide receiver that we need him to be. I mean, it's kind of hard, right? The debate is he a true number one? But I mean, I think time will tell. I think usually I think Devontae Adams took him like at least 3 full seasons before he became that that player he is today. So I kind of see the same trend with
Yep.
CD Lamb. as far as maturation and growth. But how about the Fergus shots, man? What do you want to say about the Fergus
Oh
shots?
my God, the first man, play the clip, man. The Fergus
Jumping,
shots.
jumping, jumping, them boys up to something. Woo! Jumping, jumping, jumping. Fuck what you expecting. Woo!
Hey man, that's
Man,
fun.
man, Ferguson jumped that. He hurdled that dude and then tried to truck the next dude. But I'm just gonna call him the jump man. That's what
Hey,
I'm gonna
yep.
call him.
Man, you know what? And then Fergus shot, Hender shot. I mean, with that tight end sweep. Wow, man. Now that's the kind of trickery that we should see on the offense, right? We don't need to be seeing Turpin. We don't need to be seeing CD Lamb on them jet sweeps. We need to see more of Fergus shot on those jet sweeps. I think did I say Fergus shot? It's Hender shot.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
hey bro, it's the Fergus shots.
hey, the Fergus shots. Hey, they're having fun
It's
too, man.
yeah,
And
man, they were.
they're gonna get a nice fine, but hey, I think it was well worth it, right? So
Yeah.
but the future does look bright, especially if how the way the Cowboys are utilizing them. If they can continue using them like that, wow, there's not really an answer for that, you know.
No,
Uh,
when you talk about Hendershot though, Jerry, like I really paid attention to his blocking. Man, he's very aggressive.
because
I saw him coming down the emotion and just like he blocked one person and then he went to the second level and tried to block somebody else. It's crazy, man.
you're talking about Ferguson, right?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Hendershot when he
Oh,
came
fair
on
shot.
motion.
Okay, okay.
He was just like, man, like I think they, you know, they build themselves off of blocking, man. Like that's some good energy coming in the running game, man. I think it's gonna pay dividends coming down the road.
I love it, man. I just think it like one of those things is like you never want to lose a player, like right. Like I mean, we have some uncertainty at the end of the year, but we can't get ahead of ourselves, right? Because we still got a year to try to make a push for the Super Bowl. I think that's the ultimate goal. But man, I mean, a life without Tony Pollard, Zeke Elliott, and Dalton Schultz is always uncertain, right? We don't know what to expect, but we'll see, man. We'll see. That I mean, these are the great things that we liked. Um, and last but not least, this defense is what will carry us deep into the playoffs, man. Micah Parsons finally in second place, right behind Matt Judon, who's playing right now. Matt, I believe he's at 12 sacks on this season. Let me ask you: is Micah Parsons right now the defensive player of the year?
Would have to say yes, man. He is.
Over
Because
Matt Judon?
I would think so, just for the simple fact I know he has more sacks on him, but he's like they're triple teaming him. I don't really see that with Judon. Not triple team the way the New York Giants did and other teams have. I mean, they're putting a tight end, the tackle, and then they have the running back coming out. Like you don't see that with Judon. Very rare. I mean, they do it once in a while, but not as much as Micah Parsons, man. And the thing is that they're always the quarterback is always trying to count for number 11 during the game, always at all times. So when you got that, man, you just got to know where he's at. That's to me that spells like not even defensive player of the year. I'm talking about MVP.
Oh,
MVP. Just like Micah said, man, that's biased. And I agree with him.
is
It's always a quarterback,
it is always a quarterback, right?
but he's a game changer, man.
Is
He's a game changer.
and we did see him line up a majority on the edge, but I mean, he was at like the mic also, and man, I mean, like you said, he's almost almost unstoppable. I mean, he's just
Yeah.
a game wrecker, and I love it. I love it. You know, I think for any of those teams that are struggling and are projected to get a first round pick, an early first round pick in the offseason, I'll tell you this much right now: don't lose hope. You might catch lightning and ball and find you something similar to Michael Parsons by doing so. I mean, our 2020 season was horrible. That was probably one of the worst seasons that I've ever experienced in my life. It was embarrassing to be a Cowboy fan, but I still held my head up high. And look, last year, I mean, the next year we were able to get Micah, and Micah just took the whole league by storm. And man, he just raised the level of that entire defense, man. So it's gonna be very interesting with this next stretch of games. Let's look at that right now. We have I know we talked about it briefly. We had the Colts. It's going to be Sunday, December 4th. It's a 7:20 game Central Time. Then we got the Texans. Remember, we got that cap giveaway for the True Brand backwards Dallas, the one I'm wearing. But of course, it's in blue. We're going to do that giveaway December 11th. You got to be subscribed though, and of course, turn on notifications and let you know that we're live right now. Cowboys and Jaguars, December 18th. Eagles, December 24th. Man, that 3:25 Central Time, of course. Cowboys and Titans and Cowboys and Commanders, man. I mean, our schedule doesn't get any easier, man. So
Nope.
if we fix these things that we talked about, the penalties and the play calling, there should be no reason why we don't sweep these teams up ahead.
There shouldn't be, man. But I'm just glad that we got away with a win, and we have 10 days to get ready. Because I'm telling you right now, the Colts are no joke. They're not a. It's not going to be an easy game.
It's always
We got to, yeah, we got to come back. We got to come back with our A game because they're going to want to run the ball too. They're run heavy. So we'll see, man. But I think this 10 days is going to help us out a lot. It's going to help people recover. And then I don't know. We'll see about Tyrone Smith. Anything on Tyrone Smith? I don't know. We'll see. That's a lot of days to go by for him not to be back and start practicing. So
what a
we'll
time
see,
though
man.
getting them back right now, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the time that we need him, right? Because he needs at least a week or two. Because last year, if we look at last season, took him like the second game of coming back to really be back full force. So, but what a time to get him back. I mean, it'll help Tyler Smith especially a lot. Being able to slide him in the inside and just get Tyler moving, man. That's what we need to do. And I
Def-
think that we'd be able to run this ball with a little bit more ease and see Tony Pollard break it for longer yards and get CD to just ground and pound at the end, just finish out the games, man. It's an exciting time to be a Cowboys fan. Hey, man, but we understand. Uh, the one thing that I did hear, and it makes a ton of sense, is don't always say any given Sunday because only bad teams make those excuses. Just know that you're the better team, going with a better game plan, and we should be good, man. I think that says it all right there. Harvey, anything else you want to add?
Man, so I'm gonna go back to this, and I said it the last time. Um, uh, a lot of you watching the game, if you see, Donovan Wilson made some big plays.
Yeah, man, he almost came away with that pick, but he
He
got held
came
back.
away, yeah, and it was a flag, right? But I'm telling you, man, Donovan Wilson made some major plays, and I think it was like on a 3rd and 6. Daniel Jones rolled to the left, and he pressured him, and he didn't make the pass to the tight end, I think, on the left side. But those are the small things that I think people don't realize that Donovan Wilson, man, that dude is making a big difference in this defense, and he's an unsung hero. We might need to make a Donovan Wilson day for him and run some clips or something because he deserves a lot of credit, man. That guy, he reminds me a little bit like a Troy Polamalu in where
Ooh,
they have him play free safety or they have him come down on the line and cover somebody. They have him play spy. Like he does all kinds of things, man. He's like a tool that just Dan Quinn can use for whatever. And I think he goes unnoticed, man. And I think everybody needs to pay attention in the league that he's. I think he should be a Pro Bowler in this league, but he won't get the credit because there's so many people on Dallas that are really good. But I think he makes a difference in this football team.
I've always been a big fan of his, and he's worked his way to where he's at right now. So the hard part is going to be keeping him at the end of the year, right? Another thing that
Yep.
we try not to get ahead, but that's the good thing when you have a front office like Will McClay and Stephen Jones, and of course Jerry Jones making the right decisions and team building. In the beginning we really didn't see Donovan Wilson that involved, but once Dan Quinn came in, he knew exactly how to use him, and he's gained everything out of him. So, one crazy thing, you notice Tony Pollard and Dalton Schultz
Yeah.
wearing. I went had to do homework. I was like, "What is this thing? Is it like a neck warmer?" But apparently, it's supposed to help like avoid concussions. Crazy, right?
What?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, it is crazy. Yeah,
Avoid
I
the
just kind
concussion.
of saw them wear it last week. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a neck warmer, but
Yeah.
the Burger Shot combo is lethal, and I love it, man. Yes, sir, Christopher
Burger
Cruz.
shot.
Yes, sir. I think that we were talking about it. It's just so crazy that going forward, I think the Cowboys need to focus on making sure that Hendershot gets those tight end sweeps, man, and stop messing around with Turpin and CD Lamb on those sweeps. Get Ferguson Hendershot on those tight end screens and
It's
let
gonna
him.
it's gonna be it's gonna be hard, Jerry.
It's hard, man, already, but it's so much to get excited for, man. I mean, who wouldn't be excited? I mean, look at like last year we went what 12 and what was it 12-5, I believe,
Yeah.
and right now we're 8-3. So it's crazy, you know what I mean? Once that offense starts working and clicking, and Kellen Moore sticks to the script, it just shows you the potential that this offense has. And like you said, if we would have stuck to the script at the beginning, man, this could have been an insane blowout. But good thing is that Mike McCarthy knows how much is on the line, and he makes those adjustments. So
I think we'll be seeing more of the Furrier shot combo,
they need
and
to.
and they need to because and so I think Dan Orlovsky. What show is that? Is it Speak? I don't know
Yeah,
what show he's on. Yeah. So he said something very interesting. He said when the three tight ends are in the game, that formation, they have more positive plays than any other formation the Dallas Cowboys have.
interesting. Wow, I need to
Yeah.
go back and look at that stat.
So
So
that I said, man, what? And I was thinking that before he said that. I was like, we always have positive plays, man. We're either running the ball or we're passing the ball, and it's always positive, man. Why don't we do that more, you know? So when he said it, it kind of validate what I was thinking already. Like, man, he's right. Like, we do have very positive plays when those guys are in there, either run blocking, either pass plays or whatever. So we need to do that a lot more. And I think we'll see it more.
and like you said, they both take so much great pride in blocking, which is amazing, which is what you want to see in tight ends. And for them to be
Especially young tight ends, Jerry.
rookie tight ends, how about that? Because one of them was selected in the draft, what fourth was a fourth round, and the other one was an actual undrafted free agent.
Undrafted.
So definitely looks like we have the Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin kind of. Well, I don't know, man. I think Hendershot's a little bit better than what we had in Blake Jarwin. So I think it was good to go back in history with that one for us, right? But burger shots, man. I want to know when the shirts go on sale. That's what I want to know, man.
Yeah, for real, man. For real.
But anything else? Sorry, I mean, because this we're gonna be off for about till Monday at
Yeah.
least.
So I think the biggest thing I would like to cover too as well is, you know, is Sam Williams gonna play more?
Oh, he
The
needs.
the com the combination of Sam Williams, Micah, and Damone Clark. The reason I'm asking that is because Barr was hurt, and we know that he didn't play, right? But when he is healthy, is he gonna start?
I don't think he's gonna start anymore. But I will
I'm
tell you
just
this.
I'm saying that, Jerry, because they got to look at what Damone Clark has put on these last two games. Is it enough to show that he's better than Barr is at this point?
That's a great question, man. I mean, you look at his read and react. I mean, it's pretty insane. He almost like sets up the offensive line to kind of like come at him, and then he's able to shed off of that and go make the play. Today, I know he made a tough tackle, but I know the guy was able to lunge forward for a first down. It wasn't even Saquon Barkley, who we thought would have been our biggest threat. How about the Cowboys? It's happy Thanksgiving, boys. I mean, we can't get over it, man. It's just
No, we
insane.
can't.
I mean,
Happy Thanksgiving, Chris.
yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving, Chris. Appreciate you for tuning in. Noel, CD Lamb had some crazy one-handed catches I've seen. Man, he was doing that at Oklahoma, man.
Oh
That's
my God.
crazy, man. He's been doing that since
Jerry,
Oklahoma days.
I thought that was a touchdown, man. I could have swore it was a touchdown. I know the way they showed the angle, and it just to me, I thought his toe hit first and it kind of dragged out, but I don't know, man. Like,
Was it?
just for
But
just
even the way the referee explained it, it was kind of a weird situation because he said the
yeah,
right foot was down, but the toe was down, but the heel was not. And I was like, well, wait a minute, that sounds like a touchdown, right? So it was
yeah.
but if
No,
he would
man.
have, I think if he would have made that, the place would have blown up.
Oh yeah,
I think OBJ would have been signing the contract already, right? Because I mean, when we start seeing our own guys doing OBJ things, I think OBJ is gonna be a little bit jealous and wants to come on in. But I will say this: I just got the notification right now. John Makata, you guys should follow him. He actually works for the Athletic, but for the Cowboys. He said, Dak Prescott, when told Jerry Jones, talk to Odell Beckham Jr. today. And he responded, he did. He's not stopping, which is good. And so Jerry Jones on Odell Beckham Jr. When they asked him, we had a good visit today. So they actually had a visit today. I'm surprised we didn't see him in the stands. I thought for a moment we were going to see him in the stands, but we didn't see him in the stands. But I will tell you this. I like this. What Chris Phipps right here. It's them 88s always trying to take catches away from my boys. That's caught it, man.
Mhm.
Why do you have to go Pearsons like that?
Why?
That was
It's true though.
it is.
He did have the other one-handed catch on the sideline. Man, he was I don't know what it was today about CD Lamb, man. He just that boy was balling today, man. He almost had another one down the middle.
You did
Another one-handed catch, and I don't see why they didn't call a penalty on that.
all great questions.
I don't know, man. There's just it was crazy.
I just like that they're getting them involved early, right? Because
Yeah.
with the wide receivers, you got to get them involved early. But if you look at CD, man, he's a great blocker, man, and he's very selfish player, man. So that's the one
Yeah.
thing that people want to call him prima donna and this and that. But anytime that Dak calls a check down, CD's blocking his butt off, man. So that's the one thing I like about CD is his nonstop motor that he has. You you can't overlook all the bad calls from the refs. Man, well said. That was kind of like one of the things we first talked about, right? The concerns, right? Where the penalties.
The
I think
penalties.
by third quarter we had 10 penalties, which was freaking nuts. And the Giants had 5. I stopped counting at that point. I was like, man, this is
You know
ridiculous.
what? I honestly think I'm gonna throw some conspiracies in here, right? Ever since Jerry Jones went after Goodell, when Goodell was signing that contract, and he wanted a jet, and he wanted his family health care for life, and he wanted all these things as a commissioner, and Jerry fought it. Jerry fought that. I don't know if you remember that, Jerry, but
Yeah, he made headlines.
and ever since then, man, it just seems like at a certain point in the game, I felt like these referees were trying to keep them in the game. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, man.
If any
Now,
if anything, I think refs have maybe they have to compensate for lack of their salary, so maybe they kind of have to sway with the over unders on the games, you know what I'm saying? As far as so there might be a little bit of a conspiracy, but maybe an opportunity for people to make more money, which is something that people are always trying to do.
'cause this is what I'm saying. They could call holding every play against Michael Parsons, but they don't. So, and I'm sure everybody goes through that, but I just don't understand. Some of these calls, man, are besides me. I don't understand.
I'm surprised Jerry Jones doesn't talk about that more often,
He d-
as far as like, be very vocal about it because during the offseason, that's when you can make those changes or, what I'm saying, address that, maybe add an additional referee to see that because from, when you're looking at Micah, it's so hard to see it. I mean, he runs so fast. Him and Sam Williams, they both are 4-4 guys, and it's insane. I mean, look at Sam Williams, how he took over yesterday last week's game in the Vikings. So sky's the limit, man. And then, like I said, Damone Clark, every game he's getting his feet under him. He's doing good and whatnot. You saying the zebras pulling a Calvin Ridley? Yeah,
oh,
yeah, man. I mean, if anything, I think they understand how to play the game. I mean, they know how the game
yeah.
works, man. So, unfortunately, them over unders they get a little enticing. I've never been a big gambler as far as that type of gambling. Maybe some lotto tickets here and there, but nothing very too serious. But I know some people that are addicted to it, so it's definitely a problem. But we'll see, man. This needs to be addressed. I think it's just about being more disciplined, focusing on that, and just get the play calling the right way. Set the tempo early, get Tony Pollard involved early, and Zeke has been in the league for a while, and just hand it off to Zeke whenever you can, and get the play action going. You got the like you say, you got the Ferger shots. You got CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup looks good. I mean, there's so much to be, there's so much to soak in, right? And we don't have to really dwell on that, but we have 10 days to fix, like we said. Kellen Moore, questionable play calling at the beginning. It's questionable play calling at the beginning of the first half, and of course the penalties that we had
I,
accrued.
I think Jerry. I think that these next 10 days, Mike McCarthy needs to sit down with Kellen Moore and be like, "Look, man, we need to figure this thing out," because he was making some calls that, like I said in the beginning of the show, man, I think that's holding us back.
It is
On
really
that first drive, and I'm gonna say it again. you pass on 3rd and 2. If you're there and you know you're gonna go for it, I run the ball twice.
I would too,
That's just me, but you're doing the reverse.
or at least get
And
Dak
I
involved in a run.
Yeah, and I think, man, now that ever since that, like I said, man, I think he's holding this offense back.
It really is.
I think he's so stuck on, and you called it right, Jerry. With I think he got so happy that both of their corners were out. He's like, man, I want to pass the ball. I want to pass the ball. And and look what's happening, man. It's stalling us out. So I think if Mike McCarthy doesn't have a sit down with Kellen Moore and lets him know, like, no, man, this is the game plan. If we don't stick to this, we're not going to win. We're going to have a rough time, but they have 10 days to figure it out. So I hope they do.
I mean, if he figures that out, maybe him and Dan Quinn are going to be head coaches next year in the offseason. I'm just saying, if you can fix that.
I hope not.
Do y'all think Mike took over the second half? Now, when he says
This is
when he says Mike, is he Michael Gallup? Is that who he's talking
no,
for?
I think he's talking about Mike McCarthy.
Oh, it's a great question. I think he did, man. I think he went into the locker room and told him, "Hey, man, we got the personnel, we got the offensive line." In fact, that's what I hear these last couple of weeks is how the Cowboys have one of the stronger offensive lines in the entire NFL. And then add Tyron Smith to it. I mean, it's only going to get better from here. I mean, like I said, Tyron has not only a high level of play, but he also has, that of it that ability to teach, right, and make the younger crowd better, right? So obviously, man, I think Mike did get in there and maybe slapped Kellen a backside of the head. You know what I mean? I wish I had that sound effect. That but yeah, I think that's what happened. Because if you saw second half, we saw a different game, completely different game.
And like I said earlier, man, if we would have played like we played in the second half, this would be a blowout.
A blow.
100%. It would. It would have been a blowout because that last touchdown was a garbage time. So
A great remembrance for the late great John Madden. Man, it was. I love the tribute, man. And you know what? It brought back so many great childhood memories. I mean, shoot, we were probably what, like 9 years old when John Madden and those guys were around calling plays, and just John Madden's voice just so amazing. I mean, they were showing clips earlier where John Madden was drawing the beard on Troy Aikman. Oh my gosh, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, man, John Madden was just on a different level, man. But we definitely lost a true legend, but he definitely impacted the game so much. I think that if you look at any broadcaster, that's what they try to do is emulate John Madden and Pat Shermerall, right? So
I mean, he's a great Jerry.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
just, you know what, man? It almost warms my heart the fact that they made it the John Madden Thanksgiving special, man.
for
I
us,
think that's a perfect tribute to him, and man, it'll be there until we're gone and probably our kids are gone. But man, he did make a difference in football games, and I think
he did. He made
you
it fun.
know, for he made it fun. Yeah, he made people like, who is this guy? Like, boom, bam, and all the noises and the circling of the turkey legs and the players, and I think he just made it fun for everybody, and he kind of invited everybody into the television like you were at the game. So man, awesome tribute to John Madden, man, and his family for sure. Well deserving for sure.
Chat. I don't know. We got chat on, right? The chat is on. Was it called the turducken? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, turducken, man.
If
You never
some
had a turducken?
if somebody could just verify that if we pronounce that the right way, but
Turducken.
I think he was the first one to actually bring that to, you know what I'm saying, to, I don't want to say existence, but definitely he's the one who got it. He made it something, especially
Made it famous, man.
made it famous, dude. I mean, he even explained right of exactly what it was, what all involved in the turducken, and I didn't even understand it until now. Seeing him explain that, but the fun that him and Pat had before the pre games, they're eating the turkey and telling him, "Well, hurry up, we gotta get in the bus," right? Because that was one thing about John Madden, he didn't like to play, he didn't like to fly,
Fly.
right?
Mm-mm.
That's right. The duck and a turkey. Oh, dang, I didn't know that's what it was.
Yeah, so it's the turkey. So
Okay,
you got the turkey,
okay,
you stuff the duck in,
okay.
and then you stuck the chicken in the duck in the turkey.
What?
Yeah, man.
A duck. Yeah, we got it right. The turducken, chicken inside a duck inside a turkey.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Shoot, no, I've never had a turducken. You know what I mean?
I'm sure John Madden made it famous, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, because I think he. That's when. I mean, that's when you got the whole offensive line for the Cowboys that one year, right? Involved, and they had the turducken. So, man, what a great day, great memories. You know what I'm saying? It just shows you, man. I mean, how about them Cowboys? Simple
Yes,
as that.
sir. So I'm gonna give a little. I'm gonna give the Cowboy victory bell for all them Cowboys. And we're loud. Yeah, obnoxious. It's all good, baby.
I love it, man. You know, and that goes for all of y'all, man. Y'all Cowboy fans, be obnoxious about it. You know what I mean? Don't be a passive Cowboy fan. Be obnoxious about it because they're gonna hate regardless. Either whether we win or lose, they're gonna hate us. They're gonna hate on us. So I hope you guys love the reels. I hope you guys like the TikToks, whatever your whatever it is that you like as far as I hope you love the little work that we put in on the site. If you do, make sure you like, you subscribe to the YouTube. You guys got to stay notified when you guys see us go live. I believe this will be our last live until Monday, unless something breaks, some kind of breaking news. Then definitely, but that's why you got to be subscribed, turn on the notifications, and then of course share this to somebody else, right? Hey, I'm pretty sure you know some other Cowboy fans, and just be like, hey, you want to be a part of a very great, strong, powerful community? Be a part of us, right? So that's it for us, Harvey.
So I'll say, before you cut it off, you know
Yeah.
how people always stay classy, right? Nah,
Yeah.
bro. Stay obnoxious, Cowboy fans. Stay obnoxious.
Well, that's it for us. Thank you all. Enjoy it. We're second place in the NFC East. Hold on, we got something. We got something. No better way to be obnoxious and than to wear a Dallas Cowboy jersey and watch the Commanders land.
Yeah, baby.
Do it, baby. Do it.
Woo! That's what we do.
Do it, baby. Do it. I can't wait, man. Hey, thank you all. But with second place in the NFC East, I think we're going to be on a nice road up ahead. And stay tuned. We love you.